Historian and journalist Abe Rabinovich is the author of the book, The Yom Kippur War, Epic Encounter That Transformed the Middle East, and joins us now in the studio. Thank you so much for coming in, Mr. Rabinovich. This is the 40th anniversary of the Yom Kippur War, and judging from the holiday newspapers this past weekend, the Israeli public remains obsessed with new revelations about the war. Why is it taking so long for Israel to come out of the trauma of that war?
It was a trauma involving a sense of mortality. We all face the prospect of mortality, personal and national, and that lasts apparently your whole life.
What is your most distinct personal memory from that Yom Kippur War?
I was then a reporter for the Jerusalem Post, and in the first days I was up in the Golan, and an old Sherman tank coming up the road with mechanical problems, making an awful lot of noise and barely moving. And it struck me then as a metaphor for the war, for the army, making a grand effort and nothing happening, and a sense of something wrong. That was at the beginning. In the last week of the war, I was in Sinai, and behind the lines, a tank company was refueling, and a group of young platoon leaders. I was impressed by the way they looked, competent and optimistic. And the company commander told me that they had been ordered to come off the line for a rest and have another company take their place, but they refused to come off the line. They wanted to stay in the battle. That I found extremely remarkable and a testament to morale at that point.
Abe, in your view, who were the heroes of the war?
The heroes clearly were everyone who fought in it, the tank gunners and up to the brigade commanders. The ones who were not the heroes were the generals. The generals, at least some generals, who caused the failings at the beginning, which got Israel into such trouble. But the splendor of the efforts was the way the army reversed itself, was able to reverse itself, despite the severe blow it received at the beginning.
Was it a failure by the political leadership?
It was a failure, I would say, more by the military leadership. It shouldn't have happened this way. A remarkable intelligence failure attributable just to a handful of people, which made no sense at all. There were also other military mistakes before the war. Attributable, those were to the arrogance stemming from the Six-Day War. They thought they can cut corners and don't have to worry too much about the Arabs. They thought if they stamped their feet, the Arabs would run. And they discovered very quickly that even if they charged the Arab infantrymen, Egyptian infantrymen, with tanks, they weren't running, they were fighting. And that stunned them. Only towards the end of the first week did Israel regain its feet and begin to fight.
What are the lessons of the war for Israel, and have those lessons been internalized?
Well, one can only hope lessons have been internalized. The main lesson, think of the worst case situation, have a cup of coffee, and think again. There's always some surprise out there that you haven't thought about. And prepare for the worst, and don't dismiss your enemy. Your enemy can turn out to be very powerful.
Historian and journalist Abe Rabinovich, the author of the book, The Yom Kippur War. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
My pleasure. Thank you.